Well. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. It's been a minute. Haven't done a live since last Thursday. As you know, I was out camping with my best friend, his son, and my son had a great time. Saw some things. Saw some very nice things, some great things. Let's see. I just thought of something that I saw. I'll make sure I tell you about that shit. Yeah, it was great out in the California wilderness for a couple of days. It was great. I'll tell you all about it. What's going on, everybody? Glad to be back. Glad to see you all up in this comment section. Shout out to everybody in there. Lactonin, Chuck, Christian, Yo, Hoser, Matt, the loyal goofs, the Ferg, everybody. I see you. Thank you. Here we are. And everybody else. If I didn't say your name, that doesn't mean I don't care about you. Glad to be back. A lot of shit going on. A lot of terrible shit. And like many other things, if you look at who's happy, then you know you're supposed to be sad. You saw the thumbnail. That is very fitting because the IRS is about to hire 87,000 new agents. And if you're familiar with that thumbnail, those are the agents from the Matrix. And I believe they have a lot of similarities to IRS agents. But their ranks are about to get bolstered. Also, I wrote in the description, Commiefornia perverts have help, and I meant it, because SB 145, Senate Bill 145 in California is now law. And there's no hyperbole in what I wrote. Perverts in Commiefornia now have help. I know, you would think we wouldn't give perverts help because they're perverts. But in Commiefornia, I guess we do things a little bit different. We do it back asswards. Brittany Griner gets a moment of silence. I'm sorry, did we miss her death? Because I thought only people who were dead get moments of silence. Apparently not. Pelosi, a.k.a. David Lopan, a.k.a. that liver-spotted demon who sits atop skyscrapers encased in concrete until nightfall, where she breaks free from her shell and rains terror upon the people of D.C. Not kidding. She says one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. And I know we've all heard some stupid shit. We've all heard her say stupid shit in the past, but this is up there. This is top 5 dumbest shit Nancy Pelosi has ever said. Now, of course, everything Nancy says must be viewed and heard through the filter of cheap vodka. But she said it. It came out of that hole under her nose. Also, have you guys heard the story about this stupid drunk bitch who killed 6 people in Los Angeles? And if you listen to me for a while, you know I have a special little pit of hate in my heart for drunk drivers. I lost a family member to a drunk driver, so I hate them. Especially the ones who kill other people. Just wait until you hear why. Of course, good gun. Love that segment. Got a heater today. Can't remember who sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me via email, and I saw it somewhere else. It's a good one. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. It's the same feeling as when you're a kid and you pee in the pool. That warmness, that's what I get from this story. And I'm gonna start off with this. I'm gonna start off by telling you guys about the woke painter. Yes, painter. The guy you have come over to your house and make it a different color. There are woke painters. I posted this on my Instagram page at JG Talk. I think yesterday when we got back, because we were camping. We were way up there. No cell service for 2 days. No text messages, no updates, no phone calls, no nothing. So I posted this I think I posted it right before we went up there. Some shit like that. Either right before or right after. I posted it. And I'll tell you about that right after Good Gun. And of course, my greengear.com, JerichoGreen.net. If you want to go old school, you want to go way back on me, that's fine. I'll be right there. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Hear that? Makes me feel important. Feel like a news anchor. Tonight at 5, right? But this live stream is brought to you by History is Being Made. Thanks to a new study, there's strong evidence to suggest collagen is one of the best supplements in the world to help reduce the appearance of skin aging. Researchers found the supplement helped improve the skin elasticity and hydration of over 1,100 people. Based on these results, the researchers concluded collagen was effective for reducing signs of skin aging like wrinkles. That's why I've been using the best collagen powder on the market. Other products just do not contain the same level of 5 critical important types of collagen for bright, even, and younger looking skin like this one does. It combines the right types and the right amount of collagen your skin needs to help rejuvenate its elasticity. After using it myself, I'm now a lifetime customer. The benefits were clear as day. Unlock your secret health by aging with this collagen powder. Health with Jericho is notorious for selling out. They are high demand. As of the making of this podcast, they're in stock and they're 51% off. If you order it now, you'll also get free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Get yours while you still can by going to healthwithjericho.com or visiting the link below. Reminds me of those late night infomercials. Remember they have the albums, the 50 songs, and then have 2 famous people from the 50s. I remember that song. Me too. Hi, I'm so-and-so. And I'm so-and-so. And then they digitally remastered the tunes. Remember when it used to come in a 6 CD box set? Kids now are like, CD? You mean CDC? No, CD, compact disc. Remember those? I used to watch those all the time. I'd watch them for like an hour. I'd sit there and watch the whole infomercial. For some reason, that just interested me. I did it. Let's see who's gonna pop that super chat cherry. Looks like you Canadian hoser. Christian, thank you very much for the Hamilton. He says, popping cherries is great, but I'm okay with sloppy seconds. Canadian Connection represents. Yes, you do. Love from the north. But judging by what I can see here, I went all the way to the top of the comments. You are the super chat cherry popper. Now, if somebody else is and their comment got lost or their super chat got lost, I don't know. But this is the very first one that I saw. But if you did send one and I just didn't see it, let me know. I am big enough. I'm a big enough person to admit when I'm wrong. I swear. I saw another one in here. We'll get to it. Christian again. Come on, guys. 2-0 down to Canada. Here we go. Thank you. He says, just for the record, while you are floating safely away at sea, the Canadian Army storms the hill. Love you, brother. What do you mean, in the Navy? The world's finest Navy? We were never floating safely out to sea. We were guarding the ocean's waterways with top-notch technology and personnel. Does Canada have a Navy? I guess not. You guys don't have an ocean. Is there like a Canadian Coast Guard? Canadian puddle pirates? Hey, Oscar Gonzalez, don't you say that about California. He called it Pedofornia. That is not nice, sir. That is not nice, but it's true. Oh, we got someone else handing out money here. Roy Lee Painter, thank you very much. Preach. Painter, I'm not sure if you are a painter. I'm going to tell you a story about a woke one, and it's going to make you laugh and cry at the same time. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. This live stream not brought to you by Pfizer. No, it is not. I will not push products that can possibly make you ill or dead. I promise I won't. I promise. Isn't that kind of counterintuitive? Doesn't that go against your business model for you to hurt or kill your clients, your customers? You tell me, guys, that you know I went to public school. I'm just looking at it from a dumb taxpayer's point of view. Crystal Williams. Hello, miss. Thank you very much for the twomp. Appreciate it. Biggest super chat coming out of Texas. I'm back, y'all. You remember Crystal recently had a birthday, so she's rejuvenated, all healed up, back to 100%. Take that, Canada. Sorry, guys, I want to start a war between Canada and America. Oh, now it's going international. Now it's really going international because now we got Sweden involved. DJ John T, thank you very much. Says, hi, Jericho. Hope you had a great weekend. I did, DJ John T. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Sure the hell did. Had a great weekend. Quitting time. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Damn right. Love is war. Ha Kitten. I see you. Peter. DMV 24/7 TV. Man, could you imagine being in the DMV for 24 hours? Take my shoelaces away from me. I'll put it like that. Desiree. Hey, from Texas. Love you, JG. The great state of Texas. Only two things come from Texas. So let's get to it, guys. Good gun. And this is a good one. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This says Ohio father fatally shoots. Hold on. It's the wrong one. Here we go. Dad shoots and kills daughter's ex-boyfriend after he breaks into their home. Ohio cops say, uh-oh, you can't do that. Just the fact that you were dating his daughter, the dad already doesn't like you. And you did something, I'm assuming you did something to break up. You're the crazy fucker at her house breaking her door down. So then you do something to hurt her and break her heart and break up with her? It says 22-year-old man was shot and killed after smashing through the front door of an Ohio home, while the homeowner stood armed on the other side, authorities told news outlets. In a 911 call to the Shelby County Sheriff's Office at 11 a.m. on Sunday, July 31st, a man said her ex-boyfriend tried to break into her home. The woman's ex, James Douglas Rail, started banging on the door of the home, and her father armed himself with a gun and ordered Rail to go away. She told the sheriff's office, the station reported. Video taken by a doorbell camera captured Rail pounding away at the door, investigators told WKEF. WKEFA? You can't do that. Change that name. I'm offended. WKEFA. Despite a warning from the woman's father, Rail started ramming the door with his shoulder, eventually busting it down and going inside, the outlet reported. The father fired 3 shots and Rail backed out of the house, collapsing close to the garage, according to the station. He was pronounced dead at the scene. An investigation is underway and the case will be brought before a grand jury, the station reported. Now, how can that be brought in front of a grand jury? There's literally video evidence of this man breaking into their home, gaining entry into the home without permission. He's obviously coming there to act out some violence. His entry is violent. So, of course, when he gets inside, he's going to continue the violence. Now, what was the man supposed to do? Was he supposed to wait for him to come in and let's see what he's going to do? Okay, maybe he just wanted to fight. Maybe he wanted to thumb wrestle or something, or have a pillow fight or something like that. So wait till he comes in, see what he wants to do. And then if he comes in and says, no, I'm here to hurt and kill, then you can say, hold on, let me go grab my piece. Okay, I got my gun, you got your knife, ready to go. You take that chance? He's a father. His daughter's home. Her crazy ass ex-boyfriend is coming through the door. You know what he's going to do. You know what he wants to do. How many times have you seen this, like these murder-suicide situations? If I can't have you, no one will. Blah, blah, blah. So he's not, ain't no way in the world that any father worth his salt, armed, is going to allow anything to happen to his daughter? Are you fucking crazy? His daughter. As soon as that dude broke, as soon as he stepped over the threshold, his life was over. You ain't gonna let nobody, no. And he warned you? Once you hear the warning, that means if you persist after that, you want what's gonna happen. You want this. If he warns you and says, if you come through that door, I'm gonna kill you, that means you want to die. So all he was doing was giving that young man what he wanted. What did the OJs tell us? You got to give the people what they want. This person wanted death. Who is he to stand in the way of this man's wishes? That's what you get. You fucked around and got fucked up. Oh well. And that, people, was another segment of Good Gun. Uh-oh. You guys kicked off a super chat battle. Like one of the old school, my son, he wanted to watch Beat Street with me. It's one of them 80s breakdance movies. And it was at the Roxy Club where the two dance crews square off. It's right here. This is a super chat Beat Street battle right here. America versus Canada. Brendan Gerzelat, thank you. Jericho, Olivia Newton-John just died. Really? Let's get physical. Well, RIP to her. That's unfortunate. I assume she wasn't that old. She couldn't have been. Was she in her 60s? Maybe 70? Too young. What'd she die of? Rant and Shan, thank you. It says all Ring doorbells should have a setting to play an audio file during the certain hours if someone gets close. Laughing my ass off when they hear, he shot my arm off. Remember that? Shout out to that old man. Shout out to the 80-year-old. Ooh, I made that screen way too big. There we go. Shout out to the 80-year-old store owner in Southern California who gave that dude the business. And he didn't shoot his arm off. He just thought he did. He thought he did, but he didn't. Felt like he did, but he didn't. Let's see. Donald White, 73 years old, stage 4 cancer, fought it for years. I was just going to say that a lot of these celebrities who are dying recently have all, like, they've been fighting cancer and like not hiding it, but kind of keeping it private. That's unfortunate. Oh man, I started fucking around with the size of the font. No, I can't get it right. Okay, there it is. I'm not gonna mess with it no more. Wait, R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John. See, Rance and Shan. All right, I see that. Who's next? Amy Lawrence. Thank you. Sound like a pop singer from the 80s. And now, a new cut from Amy Lawrence. Thank you for your work, Mr. Green. My husband and I enjoy your videos, especially your stories. Love to the family. Thank you, Amy. Love to your family. Because family is the foundation of society. Sure is. Shout out to everybody's family. Hope you have one. If you don't, I'll be your family. Reina Gonzalez, thank you. Mr. Jericho, not having you around on Friday and Saturday felt awkward. Welcome back. I hope you enjoy your time off. I did, Reina. And no, since you brought that up, well, I'll get it. These two stories are connected. So I'll start by telling you about the woke painter. So my buddy and I and our sons were headed to the mountains. Where'd we go? Somewhere called Strawberry Valley, way up in the forest of America. Beautiful redwoods. And so there's a gas station that's kind of the last gas station for a while. So you'll see a lot of trailers there, boats and stuff, or people, we stopped to get blocks of ice and some worms for bait. Got a little bait shop in there. So that's where everybody goes to get gas before they head off into the unknown. So we got our stuff, we're leaving, and a van pulls in. And it's a white van, no windows. He wasn't a pervert, I don't think, but judging by never mind. Anyway, a van, no windows. No, he wasn't a pervert, I don't think. But on the side of his van, let me get it right. Like I said, I posted it on my Instagram. So let's see. And like, why? It says the painters. That's the name of the little splash of paint behind the words. The painters. And it says, we condemn racism, bigotry, violence, and prejudice in all its forms. Everyone has the right to live free from fear and to be treated with dignity and respect. Here we go. I got to get all liberal with it on this last line. We hear the pain of the Black community. Oh, I'm sorry. We hear the pain of our Black community, and we will not stay silent. Oh, thank you. All the Black people who heard me read that, did you feel that in your heart? Did you feel that flutter? Did it feel like there's 1,000 little butterflies in your heart? Because this white guilt-ridden liberal, the worst thing to happen to America, they hear our pain. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Finally, somebody hears our pain. I don't know if I can continue with this live stream. I'm so touched. Because this liberal fuck hears my pain. Now, how is my pain any different from anybody else's? Do I feel lost more? If somebody dies in my family and someone dies in some white person's family, do I hurt more than them? If you cut me, is my blood a different color? Well, Jericho, how do you know he was some liberal, white, guilt-ridden fucker? Because I saw him. He gets out of the van, he walks around the side, he has this long salt and pepper ponytail. Man. He looked like a fucking hippie. He looked like he was just thrown out of a Grateful Dead show. One more time, because I'm not going to be the only one with the drop of anger blood today. We condemn racism, bigotry, violence, and prejudice in all its forms. Hey, the painters. No shit. 99% of people do. So you're not special. Everyone has the right to live free from fear and be treated with dignity and respect. No shit. We hear your pain, Black people. We hear it. There's nothing we can do to help it, but we hear it. Hey, Black folks, they hear it. What pain are you talking about? Why wouldn't you put on there you feel the pain of all communities? Because we all hurt from time to time. We all have bad things happen to us. We're all in tough situations from time to time. So do I feel them differently? And what pain do you hear? Every night when Black people go to bed, do we just open our windows and go, ow, pain? How do you hear it? What the fuck are you talking about? But just know, Black folks, if you hire a painter to paint your house, a property you own or something, if you hire a painter, just know that there's a possibility that they hear your pain. What the I have my buddy, we packed everything in his truck and drove up there. So I said, hold up, man, you got to back up so I can get a picture of that. I couldn't believe that shit. Sure did. I was like, what the fuck is this? We hear your pain, black folks. That's right, Patrick Allard. Jericho Green, the Fabergé egg of YouTube. Because black folks, we are the Fabergé eggs of ethnicities. Shh, quiet, lower your voice, turn the lights down. There's black people in here. What? I wonder how he felt after he got there. Like, he sat back and was like, oh, yes, that's perfect. I'm going to get so many pats on the back when I drive around with this horse shit on the side of my van. Hoser, thank you. The American Navy never stormed the hill. That's why it's so great. Kudos to my boy in the Canadian Army. Still love you, bro. That's all right. We can have differences of opinion. Shout out to your boy too. Hope he comes home to visit soon. Okay, hold on. See, I'm fucking with the size of the font again. See, then the picture gets too big and the comments get too small and I can't see them. So let me try that shit again. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I'm not going to mess with it no more. I know I said that before, but this time I mean it. Jenny S., thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Rants and Shan, once again, thank you. Please respond to that wokeness in... All right, no problem. Respond to it in the Eeyore voice because, you know, there's always some, oh, I have to hire somebody to paint my house, but I have to make sure that whatever painter I hire, they know that I'm black. And I hope that they hear my pain. No rain cloud. Lightning strike and follow around every black person. Get out of here with that shit. Get away from me. Get away from me. Bzz. Woke painter. Okay. What now, Hoser? Thank you. He says something your Navy training never got you ready for. The spine-cracking bear hug I will give you when we meet. Love you, Jericho. Hey, I'm ready for that, man. I'm ready. The Canadian connection. Right, Kenya from Cali? Shit's ridiculous. What the fuck? Go on my Instagram page, @JG Talk. I took a picture. Like, who gives a shit, bruh? Make sure your work is good and the price is right. That's all I need you here for. You're a painter. You're not my therapist. You're not my fucking ricochet. You're a dude that I need to come over here and make that structure a different color. But just know when he pulls up, he's bringing wokeness with him. And he hears your pain, black customers. You ever want to get your house painted, but you wanted it painted by somebody that hears your pain? That's your guy. I've always wondered. Thank you for Second Life. I've always wondered, like when I was working at Trader Joe's and I would hear all like real life human beings say some of the wokest shit. They were saying woke shit before we knew what woke was. Give me an example. I'm trying to tell you a story. I'm not sure if I've told this before, but I was at work one time and there was a customer and he was one of those customers that fucking talk too much. So you wanted to avoid eye contact because they take that eye contact as come over here and waste my time. So I didn't even look at him. I saw him out of the corner of my eye. And I'm doing my job, right? Doing my job. And I hear him say, and I know he was talking to me because we were the only two people outside, it was right when we opened. And I hear him say, hey, I watched that Tupac documentary last night. Ugh. Huh? Because what else do you say to that? What do you say to somebody that brings you over a 32-gallon garbage bag full of rotting, disgusting wokeness and they drop it in your lap? What do I do with this? So the only thing I could come up with was, huh? And he says, oh yeah, I watched the Tupac documentary last night. Did you see it? What the fuck makes you think that I watched a Tupac documentary last night? I had my YouTube channel at the time. I had my wife and kids at the time. I don't care about no Tupac documentary. Didn't catch that one, bruh. And I've always situations like that always made me wonder. I'll tell this one. I know I've told this one before, but this is classic. This is if all the woke people, if their spirit, if their souls were sucked out of them and they were all compiled into one woke body. It was this woman. Remember in Mortal Kombat, your soul is mine. If she took all the souls from all the woke jackasses in the world and put it into her own body, this is her. This is wokeism personified. Was this woman at work doing my job? Happens to be Martin Luther King Day. You know where I'm going with this. She walks up behind me, puts her hand on my shoulder. I don't like that already. Don't touch me. Ew. I don't know where you were digging up in your ass or something before you came in here. And it's my private space. Don't touch me. Comes and puts her hand on my shoulder. Oh. Because you wonder what she did with her other hand that wasn't touching my shoulder? She put it on her heart. I was like, oh, we're about to say the Pledge of Allegiance. No, we're not. Well, then she must be having a heart attack. No, she's not. She was overwhelmed with the feeling of helping a downtrodden Negro. She puts her hand on her heart and she goes, oh, happy Martin Luther King Day. Like she just busted a liberal nut. Like she just climaxed. Oh. Oh. She had to clutch her heart, people. Oh, happy Martin Luther King Day. Like I did it. I was kind to a black person on MLK Day. I did it. I've reached the pinnacle. Everything else is just gravy. And I've often wondered in situations like that, I just thought of another example, but I thought, what makes them come up to me and say that? What feeling is inside of them that drives them to come up and mouth these stupid words? What do they think I'm thinking? Oh, you racist white motherfucker, I hate you. And they have to come over and extinguish that fire, let them know, no, I'm one of the good ones. I went to a rally one time in the 60s. I'm down with you. Down with what? I've always wondered that. What is inside of them that makes them go up to a black person and say the dumbest shit they've heard all day? Woke painter. Oh. Oh! Her heart, if she didn't grab her heart, it was going to stop beating. Anywho, where were we, guys? Where were we? Oh, yes. Woke painter. Heading to the mountains. So after that shit, we hit the road, we go camping. And it was great. My friend's son, we're out. We had a little parking spot, and then you had your campground or campsite with some clear areas, a little barbecue pit or a little fire pit, and that was it. There was a little trail that led to the creek, and that was it. After that, I had my machete. I had to cut a damn path. There was no hiking paths and trails. It was very secluded, but it was beautiful. The forest, the giant trees. We saw some otters, some river otters, bunch of squirrels and shit. Fish were jumping out of the water. We were fishing, and a school of 8, I think they were bass, right in front of us, 6 feet off the shore, went right under the hook. Most disrespectful fish I've ever seen. Didn't catch shit, but we fished. But our sons, they just reverted back to their caveman DNA. They were shirtless, shoeless, filthy. We took one of the burnt pieces of wood. I took it, put it on my finger, and I put some war paint on their face. We sharpened some sticks for them. I put a wolf on my sons, and I carved bear and my friend's son. And they were wild men. They even met up with another kid who had a sharpened stick, and they were talking to each other. Kids talking outside, breathing fresh air. It smelled like pine. Filthy, smelled like smoke and BO. My wife was like, oh, take a shower. It was great. They had a great time. S'mores. We did hot dogs and burgers. We barbecued some chicken. Made fires. We tried the where you do the shavings of the magnesium and spark it. That shit didn't work. But, we had a good time. And they were just playing, roughhousing, shooting BB guns. It was awesome. Good memories. That's exactly what we wanted to come out of this trip, was good memories. But it wasn't all good. Most of it was. And really, this isn't a major. This is kind of minor. It is, but it isn't. There wasn't a lot of it, but when we went places, we found trash. Old soda cans, plastic, paper towels and shit. I can't stand people that litter. Now, if it's biodegradable, I let my kids I let my son throw his apple core out of the window or something like that, orange peels. I don't give a shit about that. Something's going to eat it or it's going to biodegrade and be gone. But trash, you're a real piece of shit if you litter in nature. You're a piece of shit if you litter anywhere else in the city. I remember one time being out in front of my house and some cracked out, toothless meth bitch in a PT Cruiser stopped across the street, opens her car door, and dumps out her ashtray in the middle of the fucking street. What kind of animal are you? So, of course, I walk to the edge of my sidewalk and go, what the fuck? And she just takes off. You disgusting, rotten piece of shit, you. But for you to litter in the forest? People don't want to see that shit. They're going out there to see nature and the beauty of it, not your fucking leftovers. I wish there was the penalty for littering was a kick to your nuts if you're a man. And if you're a woman, we get to take a medium-sized rubber band and snap you on your titty. I think that would get the point across. Damn a ticket, a citation. You need something that's going to stick to your memory. Your mother, your grandmother would feed you like you're about to go across Siberia, but you're only going outside to play. They wanted to give you something that sticks to your ribs. So I want to give them something that sticks to their mind. And if we catch you littering, and you're a man, you put your feet shoulder width apart and turn your back. And we get to take a 3-step run and kick you right in your balls. And if you're a woman, tug it out. I don't want to hear it. Oh, there's people you shouldn't have littered. Pull that titty out. I'll let you pick left or right. You have a favorite titty or a least favorite titty? Take it out. Big, small, I don't give a damn what it is. Take it out. Get that rubber band, you wrap it around your fingers like this and you pull it back. Now, next time, find a trash can. Payout! Give you a little welt right there. I bet you your ass won't throw no more trash outside. And if you do, even better. Shoulder width apart. Feet shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. It was an accident. I don't want to hear it. Feet shoulder width apart, sir. Turn away from me. Ma'am, pull it out. What else is going to stop it? That shit is terrible. Put that shit in your pocket, put it in your backpack, eat it. I don't care what you do. Throw it in a trash can, but don't leave the shit out here for other people to have to look at. You're fucking trash. Ugh. Anyway, we also were driving to this lake, and we drove to a forest, went up the hill, and we came down. And there must have been a wildfire there about 2 years ago. You see a lot of new growth, a lot of new trees popping up. They were probably 6 or 7 feet tall. So it had been a couple years. But to see the devastation of it, I mean, you know, we see it on the news, you see the helicopter footage and all that shit and the videos from the firefighters and all that, and it's horrible. But to see it, to see the devastation of it, all these, I mean, these trees are 100, 150 feet, huge. There was one part where we're up on this road, high as shit. We're looking down, we're only halfway up the tree. There was still another 75, 80 foot of tree above us, giant. And they were burned. There were some of them that were maybe a 20-foot skeleton of one. And to know the heat and intensity it takes to burn an actual live tree like that. That thing's wet. You've all burned, or maybe not all of us, but some of us have burnt wet wood. It takes a lot. It's intense. Them trees look like burnt matchsticks. And you see way a couple miles away on the other hillside, all the trees were gray because they were burned. And man, it was just fucking crazy to see the devastation of a wildfire. Shay Williams, that's not what I meant, sir. That's not the high that I meant. But to see the devastation, and the first thing that came to my mind is, how in the fuck can Gavin Newsom let this happen in California every year? There's a fire going right now that's 40, 50,000 acres. Every year. California's constantly on fire. So we're by the campsite, and we find there's a downed pine tree right by our campsite. I know you are, Shay Williams, but I took the hatchet and I cut off some of the branches, and the pine needles that were still stuck to it were brown. They're completely dry. We threw that shit in the fire, and those pine needles started burning. You could feel the heat. It was like they were soaked in gasoline. So if you have tons and tons of this shit on the forest floor because they don't want to clear it, because they don't want to damage the habitat of the spotted owl, I wish I was bullshitting you. Bill Clinton, 1994. They stopped clearing the forest floors and the underbrush because they didn't want to disturb the habitat of the spotted fucking owl. So let me tell you this. I grew up my whole life in California. I've been to Tahoe. I've been to Lake Shasta. I've been all over the place. Let me tell you what I've never seen. A spotted owl. Let me tell you something else I've never seen. Any kind of fucking owl. They come out at night. I've never seen one. But you're going to put our state in danger for this. Hey, this may be controversial, but I don't care. It's my channel. Fuck that owl. Fuck the spotted owl. If we got to pick between California residents and the owl, woohoo, bye. We got video. We'll reminisce. You should have seen that shit. Next time you're camping, if you can find a dried pine leaf or pine branch with needles on it, throw that shit in the fire and see what happens. And the devastation. You come out of the forest, it's blocking the sun. You don't know, I mean, it's not completely black, but you don't know what time of day it is. It's that thick. You look out into the forest in 20, 30 feet, you can't see shit. And to come out of that into where the fire was and all the trees that have been burnt down, mind-blowing. But to be in California, out to get away from the towns and the cities, I'm about 30 minutes from Sacramento. So to get away from all that shit and go out into the wilderness, it was beautiful. The water was turquoise. It was turquoise. Pristine, beautiful, undisturbed. And then to juxtapose that with the watery shit that Gavin Newsom is taking on our state. If you're in California and you look up at the sky, all you're going to see is Gavin Newsom's distended anus raining down hot diarrhea on you. Remember that? What was that? Double Dare. Remember that TV show? And everybody would get slimed, and it would just come down on them, and slime just dripping. If they had a hat, the shit was all like this because the slime was dripping off of them. That's us. But if you need your California batteries recharged to go back down off the hilltop and fight these sick bastards, go to the wilderness. Beautiful. I'm so glad that my son and his son got a chance to see that, and they're old enough to remember. We had a good time. They all the screen time technology, what's that shit? Fortnite, all that gone. They went back to being boys like that. Sticks, rocks, dirt. I dug a hole and we were going fishing. My son said, "Dad, I got to go number 2." Well, son, I'm gonna have to dig you a hole. You got to shit in the woods like a bear. He didn't have a problem with that at all. It was great. I love it. I only got to go camping one time with my dad, and I think I was 8 or 9 years old. We were in Cub Scouts. It was somewhere down the coast. I remember going down the PCH. And we camped, I think, for a couple days. But that was it. I only went camping one time, that time with my dad. And I remember the cook, he was barbecuing burgers and dogs, and he had a cigarette in his mouth, and that ash was growing. And my dad, he just kept going like this, looking at him. And he eventually went to me and said, "Hey, man, why don't you put that out? You're cooking for these kids. They don't want no cigarette ash in their food." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Put that shit out." It was great. I loved it, man. I can't wait to do it again. We want to make it a yearly thing. And, it was our first trip, so we kind of worked out the kinks. We did pretty good. We had a good list. There's a couple of things like, all right, we need to bring this, need to bring that next time. So next time it'll be perfect. But it was wonderful. Let's see. Let's get some of these super dupers, huh? Did I miss anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, I did. I missed a bunch of them. Oh, man. Okay. Boom. We're back. We're back. Here we go. Up next. Come on. All right. Damn it. Hold on, guys. I promise this isn't the first time I've ever done this, although it seems that way. But it was awesome, man. We got there, set everything up. We didn't have any neighbors the first night, so we were like, cool. We're not going to have any neighbors. It'll just be us. We had the whole day. So we get there Friday. We had neighbors for like a couple of hours, and they left. Then it was just us. There was nobody else up there. And we were talking. We're like, oh, man, this is cool. We ain't going to have no damn neighbors because nobody's going to come up here like on a Saturday, late morning or in the afternoon. And it was like Saturday morning. We leave and come back. Man, we had a bunch of fucking neighbors. Those loud ass kids and shit. I was mad as hell. But it didn't mess up our trip. When we saw them, we were at the campsite. We were pretty busy. Justin Desroches. Thank you. Joe Kahanis says, clam is wet and ready for you. Word from Massachusetts. Sir, you can keep that clam. I condemn that clam. But I will ask you this. You want a beer? You want a beer? Remember that video? Oh, I'm cringing just thinking about it. Remember she was running for president and her husband came in and she opened him a beer? That was the first beer you ever opened in your life, Joe Kahanis. Squaw with diarrhea of the jaw. I feel bad for you, Massachusetts. Heidi Boo, thank you, miss. She says, hey, JG, just felt like saying FJB. Fuck Joe Biden today. Well, I feel like that every day. I don't blame you. Now, this person, I wish I knew how to say your name because you're the one who told me how to say scissor in Russian, which was fucking great. Maybe email me, JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com. Tell me how to say your name properly. Please, that'd be great. That shit was hella funny. Because I just wanted to know what Brittany Griner's new favorite word was going to be. It's probably going to be scissor. Just a man evaluating stuff. Thank you. As an owner of a painting company, I will let you know I care about the money, not your feelings about things that don't involve me. Exactly. Here's what I need painted. What's the price? How long is it going to take? A very short conversation. The painter comes out. They give you what's called a bid. They look at the place. They think inside their mind what it's going to take to prep that, to paint that, blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. Here's the price. Here's how long it's going to take. You want it or not? I don't need no uplifting messages. I don't need to know shit about it. I need to know how much, how long. The same requirements that a prostitute has. How much, how long. Patrick Olive. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's see. Did I miss something? Are there a couple more? I know there's at least one more. Ethan Snow. Thank you. Hello, JG. Love your work. Greetings from Pocatello, Idaho. Never heard of that place. But thank you. I wanted to ask you, do you have adjustable hats on your merch website? If not, could you get some? There should be some adjustable ones on there. Let me make a note. Adjustable hats? ? I will find out, Ethan. Thank you from Pocatello, Idaho. Yeah, it was great, man. I'm so happy. We want to go earlier in the summer next time, so hopefully the lake will be a little bit higher, because the lake we were at was they drained a lot of it for the farmland, so it was kind of low. We had to walk like a mile to get to the water. There are two different parts of the same lake, and one part we were closest to, we had to walk like almost a mile. So we're gonna go early in the season, maybe a little more rain. Christian Yehoser, thanks. He says, and mofo. When I get enough money to get down to California, I will get you drunk enough to say the Canadian Army is great. Just get a cheer up a chiropractor. Is that what it meant? Chiropractor for that Navy spine. Love you, mofo. Is that how you spell it in like French or something? Because I know you guys spell harbor different too. But yeah, man, cool. Come through. I'll say it right now. I'm sure the Canadian Army is great. But if you're trying to get me to say the Canadian Army is better than the U.S. Army, I don't think there's an amount of alcohol in the world out there to make me say that. But no, I got much respect for the Canadian Army. They fought alongside America in plenty of wars and conflicts and shit. Now, your prime minister, he's a little bitch. But your army, they're cool with me. I believe the record for the longest confirmed kill as far as distance for a sniper was a Canadian dude. I don't know if anybody's broke that yet, but it was like definitely over a mile. I don't even remember the exact distance, but it was by a Canadian. So yeah, you guys are legit. I got respect for the Canadian Army. Alien testosterone, thank you. But man, bear pig, we're super serial. I'm Al Gore. You ever want to hit somebody in the chest? I'm not saying go out and punch Al Gore in the chest. He just has a kind of face and voice that makes you want to hit him near his clavicle. Remember that lying jackass during the January 6th hearing? She was like, the president reached around and grabbed him by his clavicles. Shut up. The Great Star 23, thank you for the twomp. So the first comment, flare. You mean flare or play? No one's been played today in the comment section. I really appreciate that, because sometimes you guys can get very played. Hold up. There it is. Again, Grape Star 23. Thank you for the twomp. Ghost 8, Fresno Bulldogs. You having a college discussion in here? Trent Fandrich, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Guys, don't forget, check out mygreengear.com and jerichogreen.net. Boom. And remember this, History is being made. Thanks to a new study, there is strong evidence to suggest collagen is one of the best supplements in the world to help reduce the appearance of skin aging. Researchers found the supplement helped improve the skin elasticity and hydration of over 1,100 people. That's why I've been using it. Other products do not contain the same level of the 5 critical important types of collagen for bright, even, and younger looking skin like my favorite collagen does. It combines the right types of the right amount of collagen your skin needs to help rejuvenate its elasticity. Unlock your secret to health and aging with this amazing powder. Health with Jericho is notorious for selling out due to the high demand. So if you order now, you'll get 51% off, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Get yours while you still can buy it by going to healthwithjericho.com or visiting the link below. Let's talk about these damn agents, people. 87,000 new agents. And I'm going to find the jackass's comment on there telling you what these 87,000 new IRS agents are going to be doing. It's not what you think. You think they're going to be coming after the middle class to squeeze your financial nuts even more to take care of the deficit? Do you think that's what they're going to do? Wrong. Bryant Lawson, thank you, says Mr. Green, Clue went woke and replaced Mrs. White, the maid, with Dr. Orchid, an Asian female doctor. I wonder why. Get the fuck out of here. Why? Make Dr. Orchid a new character. Why you got to get rid of the one people have been playing with for 50 years? Man, this shit sucks. They fuck up everything. Just imagine living in a world where everybody is that kid who would run and tell the teacher. That's what their world is like. Everybody's a whiny little bitch trying to get you in trouble. Fuck, man. Create a new game. Why don't you create an Asian Clue? Then everybody can be Asian. You can satisfy your liberal thirst. No, let's take something people enjoy and fuck it up. Kenneth Jackson, man, I wouldn't even think about that shit. Is it? I wonder what they're gonna write on the field this year. Are they gonna write? He put Kenneth Jackson says Jericho. Hold on. It's Jericho Green. Aren't you glad football season is back? I didn't even realize it, man. What woke dumb shit are they gonna write on the field this year? It takes all of us. End racism. Shut the fuck up. Why don't you make sure your players don't shoot each other and beat the shit out of their wives for a season? Maybe you could tell us about some racism. Fuck out of here. The company that has made more black millionaires than anything else is telling us about racism. Shut the fuck up. So, here, let me find this. This is the dumbest shit. Who do they think believes this? Oh, there's some shit I'm going to talk about tomorrow that just makes me sick. So let's see. And this is from CNN.com. Trusted news source. Senate passes Democrats' sweeping healthcare and climate bill. When you see that word sweeping, that means there's a whole bunch of shit in here that we don't want you to know about. The Senate on Sunday afternoon passed the Democrats' $750 billion healthcare, tax, and climate bill. What does money have to do with climate? You guys won't go. You guys won't get your collective balls together and confront the two filthiest countries in the world. I'm not talking about the population of people. I'm talking about they're actually dirty, the pollution. China and India. You won't sack up and go talk to them, but you'll come in here and pat down the cleanest countries in the world. Okay. Or their taxpayers, at least. And of course, it was 50-50 down the line, and Kamala Harris's vote broke the tie and passed it. So that's where you are. If you guys are sitting there wondering, where the fuck is Kamala Harris? I haven't heard that cackling banshee in a long time. Well, here she is. There's been a Kamala sighting. Now we can just get your dumb ass down to the border, if only. And the Democrat-controlled House, which is expected to take up the legislation on Friday, August 12th, must approve the bill before Biden can sign it. Well, if it's left to him signing it, if someone's not behind him holding his hand, this thing may not happen. And it's called the Inflation Reduction Act. So the people who caused the inflation are in charge of fixing it. Got it. And this is the largest climate investment in U.S. history, I bet. And it makes major changes to health policy by giving Medicare the power for the first time to negotiate the prices of certain prescription drugs and extending expiring health care subsidies for 3 years. The legislation would reduce the deficit to be paid through new taxes, including a 15% minimum tax on large corporations. I wonder what the corporations that don't want to pay that tax are going to do. And a 1% tax on stock buybacks and to boost the Internal Revenue Service's ability to collect. It would raise over $700 billion in government revenue over 10 years and spend over $430 billion to reduce carbon emissions and extend subsidies for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. So it's going to carbon emissions. How many hands is that money going to be passed through? How many hands are going to have a chance to get into that $430 billion cookie jar? Fucking scumbags. And Joe Manchin says, I think we'll all benefit from it. The country will. Yeah, right. We have energy security. That's what we were looking for. And we have the ability to invest in the energy for the future. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to find the idiot who said the dumbest thing about this all. Anyway, can't remember who it was, but one of these empty suit bastards said that the 87,000 new IRS agents are going to be there to help, to answer calls. So that's what it's for, guys. They're all going to be at the call center. So when you call up the IRS, no more waiting for an hour to get somebody. Now when you call, they'll pick right up. That's where these 87,000 new IRS employees are going, to the call centers. Not to go through your tax records with a fine-tooth comb and try to get more money out of you. To fuck the middle class. Neither one is the answer. Taxing us more or taxing the corporations more is not the answer. Because if it gets too hot in the tax kitchen, those corporations are going to leave. They have the money and the ability to leave. We don't. We got to stay here and live with you fuckers. We're not the problem. They're not the problem. You're the problem. Stop spending so much fucking money. COVID, anyone? Remember when they locked us down and made us stay home and started handing out checks like they were hotcakes? That's what got the inflation started, you idiots. You're going to tax us to fix your fucking mistake? Your poor planning is now my emergency? And fuck the IRS. There should be no government entity or some entity that works for the government that we should be afraid of. Did I do that right? Did I do my taxes right? Did I forget something? Did I put down that I made too much? Did I put down that I didn't make enough? Did I claim that? Did I not claim that? Are they going to take me to jail? They're going to take my business? They're going to garnish my wages, put a lien on my house? What the fuck are you talking about? We should not be fearful of this group. And it shouldn't be so convoluted and complicated that we can't understand what you're doing. Why is the tax code 1,000 fucking pages? Is that some weird science fiction novel? Why is it so thick? It shouldn't be that confusing. And everybody should be paying taxes. If you're taking from the system, you got to put into it. Climate change. We ain't shit. We are fleas on a dog's nuts. We are nothing to the planet. That doesn't mean we shouldn't take care of it and do our best. But we'd have no effect on the planet. None. The planet does what it does. We just hold on for the ride. We just hope that we don't fall off. We're a guest. Climate fucking change. That's such bullshit. And it's going to go to the House? Isn't that where Nancy Pelosi and Loco Cortez are? You know that shit's going to pass. And in some weird way, Biden is our only saving grace because he can't write his own name. So maybe it won't happen. But if someone's not there to Patrick Swayze his pen and hold it for him as he tries to write his name, then we're fucked. If we don't have if someone doesn't Patrick Swayze for him, we're good. If they do, we're fucked. Christian, you hoser, thanks. Hey, Jericho, upside down exclamation mark. 2023 summer vacation is with you, mofo. Stay in touch, mofo. I will. You know where I'll be. I'll be right here. I'll be right here. Come on down. 87,000 damn IRS agents. Let's see here. Job creation numbers for July 2022. Okay. Despite downbeat expectations, the July gains were the best since February and well ahead of the 388,000 average job rise over the past. Hold on. Non-farm payrolls rose 528,000 for the month. Okay, so say 500,000 jobs created last month. If there's 500,000 jobs created in an entire month, you mean to tell me one group, one company, one entity is going to hire 87,000 people? That's a sizable chunk of 500,000. So 500,000 jobs created in a month. One company accounts for 87,000 of those 500,000. That's a lot, isn't it? That seems kind of weird. And so during a recession and inflation, you're going to create more jobs for the group that goes after people's money? How do you get this wrong? Why do I have to file my taxes? Haven't you been taking taxes out of my money all fucking year? And I got to go through this dog and pony show, you dog-faced pony soldiers? I got to jump through these hoops every year? You've been taking this shit from me. I've been getting the crumbs. I make the sandwich, you get the first bite, bitch. And I got to file taxes at the end of the year? And sit here biting my nails, hoping that I didn't break any of your ever-growing list of rules? Fuck these assholes, man. We better kick them square in their nuts come November. We have to let them know that this is bullshit and it's not going to happen. How do they get to sit up there and decide what we do and we find out after? We just got to deal with it. And a year ago, weren't they talking about how horrible Joe Manchin is? How he's a Republican and he's a Republican's bitch? Doesn't sound like he is anymore. Because he just bent us over the barrel and went and our chocolate starfish. Fuck out of here. Man, that shit makes me sick. That's some gangster shit. Can't you get arrested for extortion? I thought that was against the law. Authentically Kennedy, thank you for the twomp. Random question, but hi, Jericho. Are your kids mixed race? What do you think about black people, more specifically the women, making a huge deal out of black men marrying outside of the community? Ooh, you get deep. Huh, Authentically Kennedy? Well, let's start with your first question. My kids are mixed. What do I think about black women making a huge deal of black men marrying outside of your race? I think you should shut the fuck up and worry about your own self. Who are you marrying? Worry about who you marry. Don't worry about who somebody else is marrying. And if it's such an epidemic that black men are purging themselves from the dating or the marrying pool with black women, well, maybe it might be time for black women to hold up a mirror. Now, what have we been hearing for decades? You ain't shit. Men ain't shit. I don't need a man, right? I don't need a man. 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 You ain't shit. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I can do it on my own. I can do it on my own. You ain't shit. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. So you hear that shit for 20, 30 years, and then you turn around and say, hey, where are all the men? Well, who's going to stick around for you to tell them they ain't shit? I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I can do it on my own. You ain't shit. And then you got then they find another group of women are like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love you. Let's go. Well, who the fuck are you going to go with? Don't people usually take the path of least resistance? A man needs 3 things. And your color doesn't matter if you can bring these 3 things to your man at the right time. Sex, silence, and support. That is it. And I don't mean quiet woman. I want 2 things from you, a cold beer and a hot meal. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is strategic silence. Let your man think and process. Maybe when his foot crosses the threshold, don't download the day's activities on him. What do you think of that? Sex, that's easy. Give it to him when he needs it. It's his medicine. You wouldn't withhold medication from somebody, would you? You wouldn't withhold medication from somebody who is suffering from an illness. This man has vagina-itis. He needs his medication on a regular basis. And support. If your man has something he wants to do, something he wants to build or create, give him support and he can do anything. With the engine of his woman behind him, a man can and will do anything. Her happiness is his happiness. You give your man those 3 things, the container it comes in means nothing. But if it's such a big problem, then maybe you need to look at yourself. Thank you for that question, Authentically Kennedy. That's what I think. J954, thank you. It's the environment, man. We all need to do our part. Man, we're all in this together, man. That's right. Basically. We should definitely take care of the earth. Don't be a sloppy asshole and put your trash. Don't be a dick. But don't put our lives in danger for some fucking animal. I'm just saying. Alexi Reed. Hello, Jericho. Did you hear about this dude who won $1.23 billion in the lottery? So it turns out that if he takes the cash, after all the taxes, he'll only get $400 million. What the fuck? Damn. I did hear about the guy who won the Powerball. Too bad it wasn't me. But how are you going to take, you're taking most of it. It's not like he's getting $500 million or $600 billion and you're taking 4 or 50-50. He did all the legwork. You just get to come in at the 11th hour and take a bite? You starving. That's your stomach. My dad used to call those missed meal cramps. You're starving. You went out in the wilderness. You took down a beast. You skinned it, gutted it. You cut it up. You parted it. You put it on your back. You carried it back to the cabin. You built the fire. You prepared the meal. You sit down. About to eat. Hey, what the hell? Somebody just walks through the door, takes your fucking food, and takes 60% of it and throws 40% on your plate. How pissed would you be? Gangsters. That's what they are. Gangsters. Fuck them. We can't let this shit slide, people. We got to do something about it. That is fucked up. And yeah, he's walking away with $400 million. That's a whole lot of money. But they took even more than that from him, and that's fucked up. You know, in California, and it makes sense, kind of. It's some gangster shit, but it kind of makes sense because it is public funds. But if you don't want your name released when you win the lottery, you have to pay to keep that shit quiet. Ain't that some shit? James C., thank you. Buddy, the courts are Zog tainted. Only an extreme violent revolution is the only solution. I don't know if I agree with that yet, James. I do think at some point, if it comes to that, yeah, eventually you got to quit barking and bite somebody, for sure. I just don't think we're quite there yet. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're wrong. One thing's for sure, James. We'll see. Authentically Kennedy, thank you again. Another Twompski. She says, my exact thought. I'm half black and half white. My mom is white, and I just found out my aunties pretty much bullied her when her and my dad got together. Foul as fuck. Yeah, that's terrible. That's not cool. If you don't like what they're doing, if you don't like who they're getting with, then fuck off. You don't got to lay down with them. You're not making a family with them. Fuck off. I don't see a problem with that. And people, these celebrities and shit, these Kaepernicks and stuff coming out shitting on white people when you're a half white. I wonder how the white family feels about them going out in public and just trashing your entire race like you didn't bust your ass to put this little son of a bitch up on the pedestal that they enjoy now. Man, let me tell you authentically, Kennedy. One time, I'm trying to tell you a story. One time I was down visiting my family in Mississippi. It's my dad's side of the family. They live in Jackson. Shout out to my Uncle Benny. He's a police officer down there. And so I went there to visit, and my wife, let's see, this was November. Yeah, my wife was like 8 months pregnant with my daughter. And so I go down there, and I was at my grandma's house. Everybody met at my grandma's house. And she has, of course, my mom sends her pictures and stuff. My mom is the one in the family who keeps everybody's photo collections updated. When the kids have school pictures or something's going on, my mom makes sure she sends pictures to everybody. So it was, at the time, the latest picture they had was a wedding picture of my wife and then the save the date for when I proposed and we were engaged. And so she had them up on the refrigerator. And somebody asked something about my wife, and I was like, oh, she's fine. And then another family member said, who was it? I can't remember what family member it was. Was it my Uncle Benny? It might have been him. He divorced his wife, and then he got with a white woman. And so there were some of the family members who had a problem. And they were telling me that, yeah, so-and-so didn't like it, but we were like, fuck it, she's cool, and she's part of the family and all this stuff. And I was waiting for somebody to say something about my wife, about me being married to a white woman. I was waiting for that. I was the alligator in a Florida swamp at some, come see the gator farm during feeding time. And when they were about to drop a chicken quarter in the water, I was waiting for somebody to have something to say about my relationship in my house, in my life. I was waiting. I was in the starting blocks. About to run a sprint up their ass if they said anything about my wife and my situation. Fortunately, they didn't. Fortunately, all my cool family members were there and nobody said shit. But if I found out that my family members gave my wife shit on some racist shit, that's racism. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was some black dude marrying into a white family and the white family member said something, that would be considered racism. So if you want some equality, let's have some of it all, not just parts. And if I found out somebody was being racist to my wife, you bullied her? Shit. You ever see those movies where some guy breaks her heart? She's taking the pictures and cutting him out of all the pictures. I cut that motherfucker out of my family so fast. Family, those are titles. Sometimes blood is not thicker than water. Sometimes your family will do you dirtier quicker than somebody you don't share DNA with. So just because family, that don't mean shit to me. If somebody did that to my wife, there'd be a fucking problem. For sure. Especially if some motherfucker I've done shit for, I've taken care of you, I've given you things. You're going to turn around and treat my wife like that? We created humans. We fucking made the population go up together. We created 2 lives. That's my partner. You gonna talk shit? Man, I'll throw you out of my fucking life so fast. And wouldn't give a shit. I will build a brick wall over that department and never think about it again. Just the man evaluate stuff. They hire those extra agents to investigate where our money comes and goes, so we are occupied to find out where they are getting their money from. Exactly. That's a lot of people. Imagine a company being able to hire 87,000 people. Shit. Damn. That's a lot. I'm sure Walmart, Target, all them big ass corporations we know about, I bet they're like, damn, wish I could hire 87,000 people at once. That's a lot of folks. That's a whole lot of folks. Makes you wonder. Christian, yo hoser, says, I hope you can handle a bear hug, mofo. Are we drinking tequila? No. No tequila for me. I'll keep it strictly burr. I'll drink some beers for sure, but no tequila. No hard liquor. I'm cool. Last time I had tequila, I ended up giving a bottle of champagne to a homeless dude at 4:30 in the morning. I'll leave it at that. Let your minds wander. Brian King B. Falcon, what's up, man? I see you, bro. Yeah, man, that's wild. Sometimes family is just a big hunk of shit that you happen to share DNA with. So, mygreengear.com, JerichoGreen.net. Don't forget, guys. Let's talk about how a pervert's life in California just got better, just got easier. Because SB 145 has just been signed into law by Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom. And the person who authored this Senate bill is Senator Anthony Weiner. I'm sorry. I'll say that again. Anthony Weiner. And Anthony's being a real wiener right now. So, SB 145. And I did a video about this. I don't remember, this last year or so, maybe the beginning of the year, something like that, when they first drafted it. And what SB 45 is, it says if an adult engages in oral or anal sex with a minor, as long as they are within 10 years of that minor's age. For example, the minor's 14 and the guy is no older than 24, then upon conviction, it is up to the judge's discretion on whether or not this adult has to register as a sex offender. And Gavin Newsom and Anthony Weiner are jumping up and down because this is a win for the LGBT alphabet soup group and the Ku Klux trans community. Oh yes, I'm going to find an article because I won't be the only one with anger blood today, okay? I'm not going to be the one. I'm not saddling that burden. We're going to share it. We're both going to have plasma coming out of our faces, okay? SB 145. So, damn it, where was that article? Because I'm trying to find the article where they were just, and they're marginalizing. It's discrimination because they say it's discrimination because under current California law, if a heterosexual, let's say a man has sex with a 14-year-old girl, same thing. As long as he's not more than 10 years older than that girl, then it's up to the judge's discretion whether or not he should have to register as a sex offender. So Newsom and Weiner are saying that's not fair. If a gay guy does that to a boy, automatic, you're registered as a sex offender. Judge's discretion has no place here. It's automatic. But for straight people, it's not. So that's not fair. If they get judge's discretion, the alphabet soup group should get judge's discretion. Well, you sick, twisted fuckers, that's not right either. That's not right. If you have sex with a minor and they're saying it's consensual, 14-year-olds can't give consent. They can't even buy a cell phone. You mean to tell me they can consent to sex? That's not right either. If you have sex with a minor, and I'm not talking about he's 17 and a half or she's 18 or 17 and a half, he's 18. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not the same. I'm not talking about the cases where these kids are dating and the boy turns 18 before the girl. And you notice how when it comes to heterosexual shit, it's the boy always being the predator to the woman. And I know that's the majority of cases, but you never hear it the other way. I'm sure it happens that way. But that's not what we're talking about. If they start dating at 6, she's 16, he's 17, he turns 18, she's 17, now you want to slap the cuffs on him? That is fucked up. That is wrong. But that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about the extremes. 14, 15, 16, with a 24-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 26-year-old, or a 17-year-old with... You're in your 20s? What the fuck you doing with teenage girls? You pervert? I got a ninja blender that I want you to drop your scrotum into for 10 seconds. What the? Now that is fucking gross, straight or otherwise. Just because they do it doesn't make it right. That's fucking horrible. If you're a heterosexual man and you're caught in a relationship with a 14-year-old and you're 24, there's no justification for that. So because they're doing something fucked up, you want to make it fucked up for the other group? That's sick. 10 years. If that's the case, then it's all bad. It doesn't matter. 17, 27, because that's as high as you can go before you're an adult, 17 years old. So you mean to tell me we're fine with a 17-year-old having sex with a 27-year-old? Nah, I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. So that needs to be changed. Don't make some more stupid shit on top of it. And what if you got some sick, fucked up judge that never makes them register? You got to take it out of their hands. You do some shit like that, you got to register. We got to have a database we can go into and find out where the perverts are. I need to know the perverts' proximity to my house, to where I conduct business, my kids' schools. We need to know that. And if you're a pervert, you got to register. You don't want to register? Don't be a pervert. You're a 24-year-old man and you're lurking around a 14-year-old? I need a contract with Louisville Sluggers because I'm about to go test some products for you. You need to sponsor me, Louisville, because I'm about to do review videos with your product on somebody who's 24, 25, fucking with a teenager. But they want to make that okay. Blur that line. Give me that broom. Here you go. Blur that line. It's okay for grown men to have sex with teenage boys. That's fine. It's up to the judge's discretion. No, it's not. It's up to the public's discretion. What do we think about it? You're a gross fucking pervert? That's what it is. Sorry, judge. You don't get to have discretion in this one. That's some sick ass shit. Out in the open, they don't care. Don't give a fuck. And like I said, if, 17, 18, I know she's technically a minor, but that's not the same as a 15-year-old and a 25-year-old. No, it's not. Those two have nothing in common. You're deep in adulthood. You're 7 years from 18. You're deep in adulthood. That's a fucking kid. All right? They still got pimples. They're getting Proactive delivered to their house. You're in a fucking career. Gmail. See, I knew it. You see, look at this shit. Look at this comment right here. I knew you guys couldn't go a whole live stream without being pled. Now, this is clearly a dig at our grandpa in chief. Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. We didn't start the fire. I knew I asked you guys not to be player, and Gmail couldn't do it. Kick an old man while he's down, even though he's always down, always falling down, sitting down. Duke Collins says, fuck a ninja blender, get a real ninja. I don't know if real ninjas would do that. But if whatever's cheaper, I'll take them. Ninja blender, real ninja. Either way, I need his nutsack to look like carne asada. So whoever can do that cheaper and faster, let me know. None the miser, yes, he's down because he fell. Sorry, Frank Powers. Frank says I just made him spit his beer out. I owe you a beer then. How about that? Frank Powers, you email me right now, JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com, and I'll send you a beer in the mail. Sorry about that. Shit's expensive these days. You can't be wasting it. Oh, speaking of wasting, we were camping this weekend. My friend's son dropped bacon in the dirt. You would think that he committed a crime against humanity, and basically he did, because you can't drop bacon. Like, time stood still. When he dropped that bacon, we were like, and I mean, it fell in the dirt. There was no saving it. No amount of water pouring on it would get that dirt off of it. Poor kid. He was like, he learned a life lesson there. He was like, why are you guys so mad? You dropped bacon, man. Shit was funny. Rant and Shan, thank you. Hilariously, Fresh Prince even had an episode where Will's mom was rightfully viewed as wrong for racially hating on her black sister's white fiance. That's right. We doing that shit. It's racism either way. It cuts both ways. You can't say I want equality, but no, I can't be racist though. Yeah, you can, motherfucker. You want equality or not? Like I said before, they don't want equality. They want easy. Equality has a bunch of sides to it. You can't just look at this side, the fun shit. You want it? Get all of it. And that's fucking racist. That's bullshit. Andrew Justice, 5-second rule. Nah, man. No, not in this dirt. You think I didn't think of that? You think I didn't think for a split second we can save it? Nah, man. Couldn't. That bacon was gone. And it was only half the piece. I will say that in his defense. It broke in half. So it was only technically a half a piece of bacon, but still very traumatic. Very traumatic. he was like, why are you guys acting like it's bacon, man? You can't be dropping that shit. I'd rather see you drop fucking plutonium or something. Don't drop no damn bacon. Come on, man. I'm trying to find somebody in here said a real ninja would be better. I guess so. Take it. That'll be it. Ooh, JP Irvine says, hey, Jericho, who's more likely to serve time? Jussie Smollett, or Alec Baldwin? Ooh, both of them. Let's see. Both of them are woke bitches. Both of them drink from the scrotum of wokeism, leftism. I would say just on the severity of the crime, being that there was a life lost in Alec Baldwin's case, I think he's more likely to go to the pen than old Jussie. I wish they both would. I wish they would both go to jail. I wish they would both be remanded to their respective states' authority for an extended period of time, but just based solely on the severity of the crime. One case, a life was lost. One case wasn't. I would say Alec Baldwin. But if you took that out of it, they both were like somehow accused of victimless crimes, air quotes, then that would be a tough question, because they're basically the same. They're both woke turds that did something really fucking stupid, but they both need to go to the pen for sure. And to have people out there still protecting Juicy. Like, you either got to be the dumbest motherfucker ever. You've got to be the dumbest people to not see that this fool is lying, or you're lying. One of the two. Either way, we don't need you anymore. Either way, you need to talk to one of them fucking billionaires and see if we can get you up to space as soon as possible, because we don't need you here on Earth anymore. We don't need people that are that fucking stupid or that are that big of liars. How can you look at Juicy's case and think nothing but this guy's full of shit? I did a video 3+ years ago, the day after that shit broke, and I knew it was bullshit then. It was so obvious. If nothing else, take out the white racist MAGA supporters in Chicago who knew who this motherfucker was from his obscure, lightly viewed TV show. Take that out. It was -21. There ain't a sandwich in the world delicious enough for me to brave a polar vortex. It was a polar vortex. This wasn't no mom and pop sandwich place that you saw on Triple D. This isn't some delicious creation that people wait in line for hours and travel miles for to put on the inside of their mouth. This is Subway fucking sandwiches. This is Subway. You can find them anywhere. Mediocre bullshit sandwiches. It wasn't that special. You went out in -21-degree temps for a foot long. Now I can understand if you went out in -21 degrees for another kind of foot long, Juicy, a foot long with a helmet on it. That would make more sense. If you said you just landed and it was -21 and you had to go out there and get some ding dong, that would make more sense. Because I could definitely understand a straight man going out in -21-degree temperatures for some clam. But no, that's not what you went out for. You went out for a fucking sandwich from Subway. I wouldn't go to Subway sandwiches if it was 85 degrees. Yet people are still saying, no, justice for Juicy. No, justice for the city of Chicago. Put that fucker in jail. And you know who his cellmate should be? Kim Fox. And anybody else in a position of authority who supported him, because you're too stupid to have authority over anybody. Assholes. Ooh, okay. Let's put a nice cherry on top of this shit, shall we? We're getting up there. Hour and 37 minutes. Make that an hour and 38 minutes. So check this shit out. Don't they know? Don't put a microphone in Nancy Pelosi's face after she's had some drinks. But Jericho, then they would never be able to put a microphone in her face because she's always just had some drinks. Exactly. We would never have to hear from her. Holy shit. What was she thinking? This is a direct quote from Third in Charge. You got bumbling Biden, cackling Kamala, and then this woman is number 3 in charge. And this is what came from her pursed old ass lips. I was told at the beach, if I dug a hole deep enough, we would reach China. There's nothing wrong with that. We were all told that, weren't we? But then she says she's always felt connected to China because of that. She said, Nancy, put down the vodka, comrade. Nancy, you had too much vodka. Please put down the bottle. You know you've had too much vodka when a Russian is telling you you've had too much. She said, when I was a little girl, imagine how long ago that was. When she was a little girl, people still used moats. I'm sorry, guys. You know I like authenticity here. I like to keep it real. So let me do this in her liver-spotted demon voice, because that's what she is.
When I was a little girl, I was told when at the beach that if I dug a hole deep enough, we would reach China. So we've always felt a connection there.
A connection to what, you lush? What the fuck does that even mean? I was told when I was a little girl, back when daughters were kept in towers till the prince came to rescue them. What the fuck? So there's always been a connection there. How? What kind of connection? What the fuck are you talking about? What did that mean? So there's always been a connection? So we all have a connection to China through that? Are you trying to justify your connection to the Chinese government? Is that what you're doing, Nancy? What the hell did that mean? What the fuck? Yeah, Gmail, Nancy got them big old liver spotted flotation devices. She has them big old titties. Like she got big old titties, like big old titties, but they're big old titties. You know what I mean? Like there was dust on them. Like if she squeezed her titty, it would be like if you take like fellas, when you're doing construction, you got to fill the chalk line, and you got that thing, a squeeze bottle of blue chalk you squeeze in there. You're like, it would be like LeBron James when he fucking powder like that. It's a titty. This is what it sounds like when Nancy Pelosi squeezes her titty. Just the fucking sands of time come out of her titty. There's always been a connection there. Shut up. Alexi Reed, thank you for the Hamilton. Hey, Jericho. Has anyone recognized you in the street? Like in your day-to-day life? I'd very much like to have a beer with you or two with you. Throw a block party for subs. Yeah, people have recognized me. The last time I was recognized, where were we? There's a place near here called Pieology, a little build-your-own pizza place. And I think we took the kids there one time, and I was with them. I was with my kids. I think it was just those two. And we were going in, and there was a lady whose daughter was already in there waiting for her pizza. And I walked past her vehicle because we both parked next to each other. And she was like, "Oh, are you Jericho?" Blah, blah, blah. And she was a very nice woman. And she was a black woman. So they're not all crazy. But she was very nice. Talked to her for a minute. And then we go in there, and her teenage daughter was in there. And guess what? She was very well-behaved, well-mannered, polite. Imagine that. Bet you she had a daddy at home, too. But, yeah, that was the last time I was recognized. But, yeah, it's happened before. Doesn't happen all the time. Not Michael Jackson in the 80s. But, yeah, it happens. And it's cool. I've never had a negative interaction with anybody. Everybody's been hella cool. But it does happen. Unfortunately, Amy Cakes, I think you're right. She says, it's audit time. Hi, y'all. Yeah, everybody's going to get fucking audited. 87,000 new employees for one company. One. Think of the biggest corporations in the world. I mentioned Walmart, Target, shit like that. Stuff that's everywhere. We all go to them. What is it? 1 out of 3 people in America, 1 out of 3 Americans shop at Walmart. Places like that where we've all been, we all go. We all use their products. And they hire 87,000 people at one time. That is larger than some cities' populations at one time. But nothing to see here. It's easy. They're all in the call center. That motherfucker said they're going to the call center. I'd love to see the size of that call center. Man, just I don't fucking get it. These people have to pay. Just think if the people who did this, lost their job in November, what kind of message would that send to the fucks that fill their spot? Number one, it'll let them know you do this shit, you're gone too. And number two, it would let them know undo that. Undo that bullshit right now. My goodness. And it's going to Pelosi. It's going to the House. It's a wrap. The only thing to stop it is Joe Biden's inability to write his name unassisted. Joe Biden is the only thing standing between us and this bullshit. His ineptitude is finally going to work for us. Finally. Yeah, Concuss says the IRS never calls you. Trust me. Exactly. But hey, I love it when these motherfuckers call. I love to get the notice on my phone that says scam likely, because that means we're about to have some fun. That means I'm about to laugh because I'm going to fuck with this person. I love it. I always make them repeat themselves. They always call. Hey, I'm sorry to do this, but this is who's always on the other line. Right, hello? Hello, this is Martin. All this shit. Motherfucker, your name ain't Martin. You can hear the other people talking in the background at this call center. You're sitting at a picnic table at some internet cafe with 150 other motherfuckers trying to swindle people. I'm Martin calling from Department of Homeland Security. No, you're not. They'll be like, I need to have your social security number. And I'll be like, social security number? You want my social security number? That is correct. I need your social security number. My number. Okay. All right, let me get it. I'll write it down. 1 second. Okay, done. Okay, now I'm going to need your bank account. My bank account. You need the account number or the social security number? Which one do you want first? Sir, I need your social security number and then your bank account number. Okay, but you want my address? You want my phone number? Sir, I need your social security number and your bank account number. Okay, so those, but not my phone number. Do you need other numbers? I just fucking do that until they hang up. And one lady was like, sir, you are so stupid, sir. You're stupid. I was like, you're stupid. You said your name's Natalie and you're calling from Texas? Shut the fuck up. What part of Texas? Sir, you're stupid, sir. Just hung up the phone. Oh, man, that shit's funny. I love to fuck with those people. But that's who always calls. It's always an Indian person. So that's why I did that. It's either an Indian, well, I usually get the Indian person for the bullshit scam likely calls. But if I call somewhere like to get something fixed, the internet or something, it's usually the Philippines. But I've learned this. If you tell them that if you pick the Spanish option, press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish, whatever. If you press the Spanish option, you're going to get routed to somebody in America who speaks Spanish. So once you get them on the phone, then you can be like, tell them whatever the fuck you want. But if you're ever given the English-Spanish option, pick Spanish, and that way it'll keep you right here in America. Boom. Tammy DeWitt, Nigerians. I never got a Nigerian phone call. Or, scam call. It's always from India, the scam calls. And then the other, like I said, if I'm calling somewhere else, they're usually Filipino or they're in the Philippines, whatever. But I love fucking with them. You going to call and fuck with me? I'm going to fuck with you. Do it sometimes. Just act like, keep asking them questions over, keep acting like you don't understand them. They get so fucking mad. Oh, they get so mad and they hang up. Oh, man. Good stuff. Good times. Good times. Why let them fuck with you? Fuck with them sometimes. Get some enjoyment out of it. That's what I do. That's right, Mark E. Mark. Thank you. Come again. What? I love doing that shit. My wife's like, no, don't do that. If we're in the car, because the phone, the Bluetooth is on, so it'll be in the speakers. Oh, we have a good old time. We have a great time. Oh, man. Anyway, speaking of great times, guys, we just had one. That's what that was. You feel that? That was a great time. I thank you all for being in the comment section. Questions, comments, your donations. Appreciate it. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, I have something that happened. I'll tell you this much. It happened in New York City. So shocker. It happened in New York City. It's fucking outrageous. And it's time for a particular group to sack up and repel and expel these weirdos. We'll talk about that mañana. But looks like we got one last super chat. I mean, it's Bear. Just a man evaluating stuff. Thank you. He said you need to send the IRS gift cards. LOL. Eric Winslow. I do look different without shades, don't I? And actually, check this shit out. Huh? Look at that. That one. Not this one. This shit broke, so I super glued it back, which held great, but now it won't close. But who gives a shit? I can't use them if they're closed anyway. But yeah, I'll be doing, like I said, I've been pretty good about it too, doing videos, my regular videos that you've all, you know me from, every other day. So I did one yesterday. So tomorrow I'll have another one, plus the live Monday through Saturday. I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, but that's all right. Thank you guys again. You were great. I was great. We were great. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, oh, hold on, another super. You just got in under the wire. Hoser says, and Melanie says hi. What's up, Melanie? How you doing? What's up, Faye Knox? I appreciate it. Oh, where was I? Oh, yes. Man, I'm out.